Have you ever noticed how great leaders' journey began with a moment of letting go? Think about athletes that give up comfort to train, soldiers that give up freedom to serve, and visionaries that give up stability to build something greater than themselves. That's what we're diving into today. The law of sacrifice. Hello, my friends, and welcome to Living the Laws. I'm your host, Larry Law Sr., and it's an honor to have you with me for another powerful edition of Wednesday Wisdom Live. This isn't just another show, it's your midweek reset, a place where leaders like you come to recharge your spirit, sharpen your mindset, and gain the inspiration to take bold actions. Together, we'll explore how to add value to others, walk in purpose, and build legacies that outlast a lifetime. If you're watching the replay, thank you for being a part of the community. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, drop a comment, and ring the notification bell so you'll always know when we're live. Because here in this space, we're not just sharing information, we are creating transformation. And transformation starts right here, right now. Today's lesson comes from John Maxwell's Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, the law of sacrifice. Maxwell says it plainly. A leader must give up to go up. Leadership isn't about how much you gain, it's about how much you're willing to give. Every level of leadership requires a new level of sacrifice. If you want to move higher, you must hold. You can't hold onto everything you had below. You'll have to give up comfort to gain capacity, give up control to empower others, and give up light to stay aligned with purpose. The truth is, growth and purpose rarely coexist. Every time you elevate, something must be released. John Maxwell says leaders climb, but not by accumulation, but by elimination. They learn to let go of what no longer serves the mission. The law of sacrifice, it teaches us this. You can't reach new heights while clinging on to what holds you down. In a chess match, a knight sacrifice can be extremely significant. Now, the knight, it represents service and loyalty. It protects the king. It opens paths for others. Sometimes that means stepping aside so the greater good can prevail. A true leader, like a knight, serves the mission, not the ego. Every knight knows it's not about personal glory. It's about advancing the cause, because a knight's sacrifice is one of the most strategic and selfless plays in the game of chess. The knight is shaped like a horse, and it moves in a unique pattern, in an L pattern. It symbolizes agility and unpredictability. But sometimes that knight is offered up, not out of desperation, but out of vision. A skilled player might sacrifice a knight to open the board. It can expose opponents' weaknesses, and however, it can position you for victory. To the casual observer, it looks like a loss, but to the strategist, it's a step towards a greater win. Now think about leadership in the same way. Sometimes you have to give up your position on the board, your comfort zone, your personal gain, to create opportunity for the team. True leaders see beyond the immediate move. They understand that sacrifice isn't defeat. It's a setup for success. The greatest leaders, like great chess players, sacrifice not because they're losing, but because they're leading. When I transitioned out of the United States Army after serving 24 years of service, I faced a decision that tested this law. I could have taken a comfortable position, enjoyed the predictable hours, and settled into a routine, but purpose has a way of calling you out, calling you out of your comfort zone. Founding First Home Alliance meant giving up the steady paycheck, the structured system, and even some personal time with family. It meant starting over as a new kind of leader, a servant leader. There were days I questioned if it made sense or even if I made the right move. But then I saw the faces of families buying their first homes. I saw veterans finding stability and the youth, the young adults learning to manage money for the first time. That's when I realized sacrifice sacrifice is never wasted when it's invested in people. Every sleepless night, every setback, every hour spent building from scratch became seeds that grew into impact. And today, more than 22,000 lives matter. I can say the return on that investment, on that sacrifice, has been priceless. There are 4 levels of sacrifice every leader must grow through. You give up to go up. At first, you sacrifice for personal growth, education, time, habits, and energy. You give up to stay up. As your influence grows, your sacrifice, comfort, to maintain consistency and credibility. You give up to lift up. Mature leaders sacrifice ego so others can rise. They stop competing and start compelling. You give up to multiply up. Legacy leaders sacrifice spotlight for succession. They trade personal wins for generational impact. Now, leadership is a series of strategic sacrifices. Each level demands a deeper why and a stronger will to walk away from me for the sake of we. Here are 3 ways you can live the law of sacrifice this week. Number 1, identify what's holding you back. Take an honest look at your calendar, your habits, and your mindset. What's consuming time without producing progress? Maybe it's overcommitment, fear of delegation, or saying yes to things that doesn't serve your purpose. Leadership begins with subtraction, not addiction. Now, number 2, exchange good for great. Now, most leaders don't fail because of bad choices. They fail because they settle for good ones. Don't be afraid to let go of something good to gain something great. Sometimes the next level of leadership requires saying no to something that once brought you success. And number 3, serve before you shine. Now, true leaders is served first. True leadership is service first. It's washing feet before wearing crowns. It's giving credit, sharing recognition, and lifting others even when it may cost you visibility. Because at the end of the day, leadership is not about how high you climb. It's about how many you carry with you. So here's my challenge. Do a sacrifice audit. Ask yourself these questions. What am I willing to give up to grow up? What am I holding on to that's holding me back? Who can I empower? Who can I empower by stepping aside? Remember, sacrifice isn't subtraction, it's multiplication. Every great leader you admire today walked through seasons of surrender yesterday. They gave up recognition to gain respect. They gave up comfort and they gave up comfort. They gave up popularity to gain purpose. The law never fails. A leader must give up to go up. This week, I've been out here in San Diego at the Veterans Association of Real Estate Professionals Convention. And I'm taking part in a powerful experience. I would say powerful exercise, and it is something very powerful. I believe that we're getting a lot out of it. It's called the unmasking evolution. Each of us received a blank mask with two markers. On the outside, we were asked to draw a white and we'll draw on white what the world sees, the image we project, our smiles, our leadership, our calm, our strength. Now, on the inside, we had to reveal the truth within, the things we didn't often show, the doubts, the pain, the questions, the quiet hopes that kept us going. And as we worked through the mask, I realized something. The law of sacrifice often begins when we choose to take the mask off. Because real leadership requires giving up the image that protects us so we can embrace the authenticity that connects us. Sometimes what we sacrifice isn't money or time. It's the appearance of having it all together. We give up the performance so we can lead from a place of truth. So ask yourself, what am I showing the world that might not be the whole truth? What am I afraid of? What am I afraid to reveal because it feels vulnerable? And what happens if that truth actually became my strength? When I remove the mask, we trade comfort for connection. We give up polish for purpose. We step into the kind of leadership that others can trust because it's real. So as I bring this message of sacrifice to you, I'm reminded that a leader must give up to grow up. And sometimes the hardest thing to give up is the mask that hides our humanity. My friends, leadership is not about titles. It's about trade-offs. It's about being willing to lose now to win later. Just like on the chessboard, sometimes the move that looks like a loss is really positioning you for success. Every sacrifice you make for the sake of purpose, people, progress, it moves you closer to your legacy. So whatever you're holding on to that's keeping you small, it's time to let it go and grow. I'm Larry Law Sr., the Lamplighter, reminding you to think before you move. And you may have to give up to go up, and lead forward and make your next move your best move.